Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Wolong Let's Play. So we're going to load in again because we're in a new area and we're going to get some good background information. We landed in Mount Dongshan in the Taishan commandery in the Yan province. We were thrown off a mountain from Langya and we drifted into a river flowing the wrong way technically because most rivers in that region flows out to sea to the east. But we went westward despite our heavy armor, and we ended up in Taishan Commandery, which is in modern-day Shandong region. Langya is in Shandong as well. Now, you might have noticed quite a few mountains here. Mount Dongshan, Mount Taishan, and the character that's shared is Shan, which means mountain in Chinese. Surprise, surprise. And Shandong means mountain and east, if you break down the two characters. And the reason for that is because it's east of the Taihang Mountains. It's a modern-day province, but back in those days, it was split between Yan province, Xu province, and the Qing province. And Taihang Mountains divides two major provinces in China today. We have to the east, Shandong Mountain East, to the west, Shanxi Mountain West. Pretty easy to explain. Now, the most important part about this commandery is its namesake mountain, Mount Taishan. It's a holy site for Confucianism because of a comment made by Minkus. I actually don't know how to pronounce that name exactly in English. In Chinese, it's Mengzi. It's a very important Confucius scholar, probably the most important after Confucius himself. And he states that having climbed to the peak of Mount Dongshan, the Lu state, which is the kingdom that was in the spring-autumn period where Confucius come from, seems small to Confucius. And having climbed to the peak of Mount Taishan, the whole world below seems small. Now, Taishan is not technically a very tall mountain, all things considered, especially with many, many tall mountains in western China. But in the Central Plain region, it is relatively tall and historically and culturally very important. Not just because of Confucianism, but even emperors would go to this mountain to perform rituals towards the heaven, especially during the Han Wudi periods in early Western Han Dynasty when they discovered gold in the mountain. And that was a sign for the emperor that it's a gift from heaven, and this mountain was very much valued for that. In the same time period, he also got horses from the west. Two things he needed for his battles against Xiongnu. He needed war horses and he needed wealth. So a lot of the gold that he got from Mount Taishan were crafted into these special gold nuggets in the shape of a horse's hoof. And they were gifted out to special officials, his princes, as a gift from the emperor himself. And we actually have many of those horses' hoof today in various museums in China because a lot of them were buried in those princes' tombs and have been later discovered. Regardless, by the time period that we're in now, 184, late Eastern Han, Taishan is a mess. Political corruption, string of natural disasters, local officials abandoning the offices, and bandits are everywhere. The Taishan bandits is a super famous faction in the Three Kingdoms period. Some more famous commanders are people like Zanba, Sun Guan. They basically have free reign of this area. They eventually swore their loyalty to Cao Cao, but Cao Cao had to give them sort of a semi-autonomous reign in the region. Essentially, parts of the Xu province, parts of the Qing province were not really under Cao Cao's control until Cao Pi took over and either got the bandits in line. People like Zanba basically fell in line and gave up their bandits. And then you had others like Sun Guan, who had it taken away from them by force. And only then was this region more or less pacified by the central governments and became more orderly. But at this period, at the height of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, bandits ran everywhere. So, we're dropped in here. Good luck to us. And before we move on, we have our first banner already picked up. So we're going to just hop in here. We do have some tea, and I had a discussion yesterday in the comment section about translation since we are playing in English with Chinese text. So the question was about the translation for genuine tea versus the demonic qi. And they felt like if it's sort of parallel or opposite, shouldn't it be holy qi or something like that, opposite of demonic? Depends on the translation. And the idea here is this is a translation of something that's actually in Chinese. So genuine qi is translation from zhen qi. And zhen qi, zhen meaning authentic or genuine. Qi obviously is sort of the spirit energy, the flow of air are all called qi. And zhen qi is a medical term. It's a Chinese medicinal term about the spirit that flows through your body that keeps you alive. So it's a proper noun. It's not really holy in any sense. It's the energy that keeps you alive, the flow of energy that is dealt with Chinese traditional medicine, with acupuncture guiding these genuine qi or spirit flows in your body. And the opposite in Chinese would be called 邪气 or evil or demonic. That's a good literal translation for it. And it's not possession, right? It's not Western possession of demons in your body. It's more just misguided qi. So the translation is totally fine. It's very authentic to the actual source material. And we're going to be, what do we want here? I really like the armor that we have on. I might just keep upgrading our earth virtue so that we can continue to hit that weight limit and we can still deflect, because once we're over the limit, we can't. We're also using a lot of earth spells. I do want other things eventually. High level of spirit can be maintained for. Duration of that, it's pretty good, I think. Water is also good for sneaking. We do plan to sneak quite a bit, actually. Actually, I'm convincing myself. Let's get this. And we hit rank 20, which means we get another set of points for wizardry spells. There's not much we can learn, because we basically went down one element or one phase, and nothing else had points except for, I guess we can use the one that we have for imposing slab. Push people away. I'm also considering cost, right? If it costs way too much spirit, it becomes a problem. I'm gonna grab this. Pushing people away. And then for water, there's nothing against taking the points, in my opinion, because we're getting points for every element every time. So as long as we have it unlocked, we might as well grab it. I think instead of the spikes, we're going to go with the shockwave, the mighty shockwave. We get access to supplies. This is new. We can buy items, essentially. Arrows, crossbow, repeating crossbow. This is just ammo. We need the actual crossbow or bow to use these. There's also throwing knives. Now, there's some really nice little lore in here. Throwing knives were common not only in Zhongyuan, Zhongyuan means Central Plains, but also among the surrounding tribes, and they sometimes held contests to test their skills. It is said the wife of a king of a barbarian tribe to the southwest of Zhongyuan was an expert in throwing knives and would never miss her target. This is in reference to Meng Huo's wife. Meng Huo would be the king of the southern barbarians, or the Nanman, and his wife is Lady Zhurong. She was said to use 5 throwing knives as her weapon in the novel Romance of Three Kingdoms, which is what this is referring to. I don't know if the game has us going that far to meet these characters, but this is a pretty interesting reference, and we can definitely buy some of these. We have a lot of coppers. We kind of grinded a lot previously to make content for a guide, as well as to get ourselves ready for the first boss. Getting that morale 25 was very key. There's also poison throwing knife, and you can see that it says it's not considered a weapon for martial arts, but tool used for indignant acts. Using them against beasts was considered acceptable, but one against human opponents are not considered extremely immoral and shameful for a warrior. We also have fire pots, which are basically Molotovs, and then the bear gall. So this is from the gallbladder, and in Chinese is 熊胆, and this is very interesting terminology, because gallbladder has your fight or flight response, and in Chinese, 胆, the word for gallbladder, is also the word for your bravery. It's very much related. And taking this would increase your spirit for the game purposes. And then we also have 5 mineral powder. This is even more interesting. So this is a little early for 50散, or 5 mineral powder, literally translation. You basically had all these elements, like I think sulfur was one of them, that were grinded down, mixed together into a drug. It's a psychedelic drug that you took in the early Jin Dynasty. So late Wei. So it has to go deeper into 3 periods. I don't think this was around yet, or at least it wasn't very common. But it became a really common thing in the later periods of the Kingdom of Wei and early periods of the Kingdom of Jin. Essentially, you had a bunch of scholars that would take this drug and start debating philosophy. And it was called 玄学, and it was very, very popular. But for the game, it prevents our morale rank from dropping the next time you die, which is wonderful. It is said that ingesting it allows qi to be stored in the elixir field for a longer period of time. So qi is that energy in your body. Elixir field is your dantian, which is an area right above your belly button. It's where, in Chinese traditional medicine and as cultivation for Taoism, where your energy is stored in the middle of your body. And this is not good for you. Taking 5 mineral powder is not healthy. It's also very expensive here, 30,000 copper. Copper coins are technically cheap. Having 84,000 copper coin would not make you super rich back in those days. You're obviously very well off at 84,000 copper coins, better than regular farmers, but very, very far off from being rich. We can also sell our many gear. Oh, we ended up picking up his weapon, the Great Club of Polaris. This is Zhang Liang's weapon. It's a spike mace. And we can sell weapons for a pretty penny. Why do we have a pebble? Is this like a default range weapon that we have that I just never noticed? We have a lot of armor as well. A lot of really bad armor that we should probably sell. They all sell the same. Okay. And we have some of our items as well. Wait, when we buy, are there other... Oh, there's only these. Okay, interesting. I do want to sell some of our armor. Especially the tier 1 stuff. I don't see why we need to keep this many. Can we sort this somehow? Okay, if we have a tier 2, we can sell the tier 1. Ka-ching. Okay, try to keep it fast. But we're still in the early phases of learning all these new mechanics. So give me a little bit of time. We have... Why can't we sell the tier 2 stuff? Just curious. Oh, because we have equipped. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of things, the game prompt, that I need to pay attention to. Especially how we could have used the Divine Beast to speed up our kill of Zhao Liang last time. We killed him the hard way, but we could have just hit the Divine Beast button once it was charged. We could have killed him on our second attempt, but we didn't. We used 7 attempts. Could have been much worse, so not complaining. Trying to see which stats kind of want to keep. Someone did mention you could reroll stats, so don't freak out too much right now. We just doubled our wealth from selling stuff. Like that fatal strike damage. Big fan of the stealth in the game. Lightning damage, spirit damage. Let's sell the lightning damage. Divine Beast gauge gain, stone attack power. Well, that's sort of our thing. We also have a level 4 version of this, I believe. Yeah, so let's just dump that. We have a level 2 and a level 4 version. So many. As you might have guessed, I'm quite the collector type, so we're keeping at least one copy of each gear. I think we got it. Nice. Oh, there's so many of these. I'm gonna just dump all the level 1 stuff. These are worth a lot more than clothing. While the game has a weight for the items you have equipped, thank God there's no weight for items in your inventory, or hoarders like me is gonna have a real problem. Alright, we don't need this many level 2 stuff either. Let's sell that. Oh, they actually tell you it's... Is there something special we can do with that? I wonder if we can like break down or salvage pieces for material, because I see upgrade material here. So I'm kind of curious. Maybe we should keep those. Oh, weapons, right. We also have a few repeat weapons, but weapons have different martial art attacks, so I don't think we need to sell any of that. Alright, now we can properly move on. We did get that new weapon. I did not know we picked up Zhao Liang's weapon. Has a set bonus. Special effect. Okay. What does it have a set bonus with? I think we can set bonus. Oh, there's videos about the moves. That's definitely what he hit us with. Can we watch the video for rehearsal or the reversal? It's only playing the first one. Oh, we can switch videos. That's right. Okay. So slam backwards and then forward. Except for the animations using a battle axe. So at least we know there's also oh, the whole set. General of Man, which is the name for Zhang Liang. There's the General of Man, General of Heaven, General of Earth. So Tian Di Ren, the 3 concept of Taoism. We have a whole set with him, giving us, let's see, bonus for spirit gain, bonus from spirit damage received, Berserker's Might, as well as melee attack spirit damage. Yes, Lang Ya Bang, Wolf Tooth Mace, the literal translation for this weapon. Spike Mace, as I've been calling it, but wolf's tooth, right? The little spikes are like a wolf's teeth. Used by Zhang Liang, General of Man. From a massive hunk of metal spring forth numerous spikes, sharp spikes. This weapon was made to inflict maximum agony on non-believers. With one's full weight behind it, it can pulverize a foe in one swing, making it a perfect weapon for the inhumanly strong and brutal Zhang Liang. Tai Yi refers to the origin of the cosmos, the Polaris constellation, or the North Star, Beiji, right? Okay, Beiji Xing, and to one of the deities of Taoism. Zhang Liang's ruthless swings are embodiment of Tai Yi and a punishment for any who oppose the advent of Yellow Heaven. Now, oftentimes we're going to see a lot of pinyin references, and sometimes I'm not going to click right away with the actual Chinese term. Like, for example, if we, since we're here, oh, we have an update on the blindfolded boy. Right, so at the very end here it says, a Taoist in black, disguised as the protagonist, injects the boy with elixir, turning him and his divine beast, Yin Long, which was he referred to as a dragon. Now, Yin Long has one design flaw. Yin Long, of all the Chinese dragons, there's different types. Yin Long, that particular type, should have wings. It's the only Chinese dragon with actual wings. But anyways, he's now transformed into a Xie Long. And he's corrupted, essentially. And there's more of him in the future. The Taoist in black, unknown origin, at least 100 years old, remains in good health due to elixir's effect, adapt in manipulation of evil demonic qi. He's drastically different from other Taoists who seek enlightenment through inherently good wizardry spells. So he's the bad guy in this one. And we'll have more of him. Zhao Liang is done. Zhao Liang's story is over. Using his deformed left arm, but is ultimately brought to his knees and devoured by Yinglong, clad in genuine qi. He's been beaten. Alright, we'll work on the other brothers. Seems like we'll meet Zhang Bao twice. And then Zhang Jiao once. Now, historically speaking, Zhang Liang dies first, and then Zhang Jiao dies of sickness. Zhang Bao is left to defend their holdings in Julu. Eventually, the city fell, and he was killed, and they committed suicide, massive suicide by the Yellow Turban believers. This is a cult. I think people were jumping to rivers to suicide instead of being captured by the Han army. I would say close to 100,000 deaths in Julu at the very end of the war. One thing that, speaking of translations, this. So I've been calling it Changgui, which is completely off. The pinyin should be Changgui, and Chang means the term for those who have been killed by a tiger and has been possessed by the tiger spirit. Gui just means ghost or demon. Now, if you look at this artwork closely, you notice the face right below the tiger's neck. And that's because Changgui are supposed to actually look like humans. So in Chinese mythology, these are people who got killed by a tiger. They're called tiger slayings, and you can call them Chang. And the Chengyu idiom that they are referring to is Wei Hu Zuo Chang, which someone pointed out. Everything clicked after that. But essentially, these spirits, after they've been killed by a tiger, the blood that they spilled are imprinted on the tiger itself, causing them to be cursed, and they essentially become guides for the tiger. It says here they help the tiger break traps, they become evildoers, they help lure victims to the tiger, and all they would do is they would show up at the edge of the forest, ask you for help, or ask you to be their guide, bring you to the tiger, and get you killed. That's what they do. They're supposed to look exactly like humans, but the way you can detect them, at least in Chinese mythology, is the male. If you're a male and you get killed by the tiger, your left hand will be missing your pinky. And if you are a female, your right hand will be missing your pinky. And that has to do with the Chinese way of organizing male and female. 男左女右. The male is on the left, the female is on the right. That is just something cultural. So the hand that you're missing the pinky on with 4 fingers is going to be depending on your sex. So that's how you can tell that they are a Chang. And Changgui is just saying like a Chang demon or a Chang ghost. And they're supposed to look like humans, but for the sake of the game, they are humans possessed inside this tiger thing. And they're hard to kill, that's for sure. Alright. We're supposed to be dealing with bandits. Loot. A tiger seal. Hufu? These are important things. They're not... Wait. They're not accessories. Oh, we can equip pebbles. We always had that. Is it a inventory item? Used at the battle flag to recruit or seek reinforcement. Okay, so that makes sense. Allow for instant recruitment. You just said they were given to generals in ancient... It's not it is said, it's actually what they're used for. Tianzi, son of heaven, a reference to the emperor. Your emperor is your Tianzi, the son of heaven, right? A token of authority to raise an army. That's exactly what this is. So you have sculptures of tigers, which is what this is. You have text carved onto it, as you can see in the artwork. And the shadow behind it is not a shadow. It's a statue being split in half in the middle. So there's 2 sides of the tiger seal. You give one out to your regional troops that are garrisoned on the frontier. And let's say you want to send a general out over there and you grant them control of those troops. The other half is kept by the emperor in the capital. And when you want to send a general out onto the front to use troops, you give them the half that correspond to that area. And when the general goes to that area, goes to the garrison, and present them the tiger seal, the troops there, the officers there, should try to match it with the seal they have. And if you can combine the two seals together, the text matches up, the tiger matches up, then that means this general has the authority of the emperor, and you can give him control of the garrison. That's what tiger seals are used for. And it makes sense they're used for recruitment here in the game. I was supposed to change weapons. Right, forgot about that. We got our big, fancy, great club. Weapons have no weight. I just realized that. Because we just equipped this, and this is definitely heavier than our spear. Let's switch that weapon. Oh, it's slow. Oh, it's slow. For sure, slow. Not sure we're going the right way, because the banner's right here. There seems to be a route here. That's a village. Yellow turbans. So what about the path here? That is not good when your tomb has corruption coming from it. Feels like a dead end here. Zombies? I'm gonna go slow. I feel like this is zombies. I can't lock onto anything, so maybe not. Just a very sad scene, I guess. Huh. Felt like there should be more here. Can't break this. Our morale rank's back to 0. Gotta build that up. Bodies up above. 苍天已死，黄天当立. Azure heaven is dead. The yellow sky must rise. Okay, let's see if we can grab one aggro at a time. Nope. We have our new pillar spell. Let's use it. Did he just throw pebbles at us? He did. Oh, I can't use spells because we don't have high enough morale rank. That's right. Minimum 7. Use that. Do you not recognize whose weapon this is? It's your general of man. He has been killed by us now.
Wu长他被敌人。无需多言，你伤势不轻。你先返回营中。方才真的非常失礼，可是用兵。既然如此，可否请阁下助在下一臂之力？
So we have met Zhao Yun.
乃公孙将军之麾下，赵云字子龙。这座东山已被黄巾军占据，阁下看来身手不凡，但恐怕会寡不敌众。
Right, so we recruited him as our sidekick. Let's call him that. Now, historically, Zhao Yun's not here. Gong Sun Zan's also not here, but we're gonna ignore that part. Gong Sun Zan was not even... Let's see, we're in 184. Zhao Yun's a tad young. And Gong Sun Zan is not in the south. Or not in the central plains. He's in the north. Not gonna complain. Zhao Zhao Yun has always been the poster boy for Dynasty Warrior games, and this one is no different. Heavily influenced by Dynasty Warriors. The man comes here asking us for help. So I guess defeating those 3 activated that cutscene. We came out of this valley here. Yep. Just trying to see if we missed anything. Guess not. And he's just gonna follow us around. Sidekick indeed. Nothing behind here? I guess, yeah. Nothing behind here. I'm really glad in the cutscenes they don't have our crazy mace and they just have our straight edge blade. So the man he saved is a common troop. Now enemies that defeat players on other battlefields may appear on your battlefield rights connected online as vengeance targets. The detail of the defeated player can be checked at their burial flag. A vengeance target will have a raised morale rank, but you can also receive various bonuses after defeating them. By offering a dragon kill pot used at the burial flag, you can temporarily raise your morale rank. That's pretty nice. So the practice version is Gong Sun Zan soldier killed in battle by bandits. Let's do it. We pour it over it. Yep. Memorializing the dead by giving them alcohol. A very Chinese thing to do. Alright, to battle. Don't know how many are behind him, just want to get his attention. How do we throw pebbles? We have a ranged weapon, but I don't know how to use it. Not quite. Anyways, why don't you just come over here? Zhao Yun, he's my... Oh, ow. Ow. Alright, enough of this waiting. It's gonna smash him with this. Alright, 2 of them taking a break. 3 of them. We're gonna get rid of this weapon. It's nice. I mean, I just want to go back to something more realistic. They have really poor eyesight here. So he's... The rank 4 one with the glow means he killed someone. Alright, if we can throw our pebble here... How do I throw this? Oh, hold on. 1 pebble. How do I... let's see, which button could it be? Nope. Can't be any of the spell buttons. Trigger plus other trigger. Let's block. Nope. Alright, someone come fight me. All 3. Pretty sloppy, but it's fine. Got some arrows. Pretty quick to our first flag. I mean, the key here is the fortitude increase. Can we make this jump? I think we can. Wait, we can sneak up on him. He's not paying attention. He's on a smoke break. Our morale rank is so low we can't one-shot him. Does this lead back to where we started? Oh, it's sort of where we fought those three. Okay. Feels like we can get up there and kick it down, then we have a path up in the future. Oh, back to what the troop was saying. Corporal seems like an interesting translation. I'm actually not so certain if it's that off, but he was saying 武长 in Chinese, which is the lowest captain you can have in the army, right? It's the captain of 5 men. Why are you guys here? Gongsun Zan wasn't part of the fight against Yellow Turbans even in the novel. I guess they just want Zhao Yun to be introduced early enough. We got ourselves a bow. Okay, how do we use ranged weapons? We gotta know. Got a bamboo bow. And I'm assuming we have to equip arrows. Oh no, we don't. It's just on the weapon. Excellent. Range attack damage. Might become an interesting option. For those who have seen me play other games, range is definitely something. Ammo held max, ammo retrieval. So basically we can pick up arrows we shot, increased chance of that happening. Okay, so bow. How do we... Ah, left trigger. Wait, so with rocks, it's also left trigger. Okay, okay. So I'm sure we can, like, lure enemies out. Okay, very sad scene here. They want to get out, but they can't. And they end up so burned. I mean, Zhao Yun doesn't know that I'm busy looking for loot. And this blood is very fresh. It's like red. Ah, we found some loot. 2 more arrows. I wonder how much damage an arrow would do. Ooh. I wonder if headshot is a thing. 1 shot. Not bad. We could just sneak up to him and save an arrow. He's moving. Now it's a sniping game. Alright. 2 of them. Much better. Alright, that door we didn't go in. Now it teaches us. You know, we had a pebble this whole time. Yeah, these yellow turbans are really inhuman. You know, kill everyone in the village and leave loot behind. Alright, I think we clear the place. Man, so many dead players. Look at how many flags there are. Now, crossbow would probably be the more historical ranged weapon. Because, you know, you need practice and actual skill to use a bow, but crossbow was very much mass-produced and given to regulars. Because most of it's conscript army. Ah, we can get on top. Oh, I messed up. Oh, almost messed up. Yeah, these flags are only good for fortitude increases, but that's still nice. it doesn't reset the enemy. Well, drink for you, my friend.
在前方有众多黄巾军驻扎。
There's one right there. There's one right there. Is there a range limit on this thing? I feel like there should be. Very corrupt area. Let's check out this part of town first. Another one right there. There's two of them. Now, if I shoot one, does the other guy react? Another thing I want to know. Especially if I kill one with the arrow. Ooh. It's temporary increase in morale rank from pouring the... Wait, we can still shoot them. What am I doing? Let him hit me. We dropped our morale rank. That's what I don't want to see. We need to get to at least 7 so that we can... Oh, let me just sneak up on some kills. Make things a little easier on us. Don't look back. I think Yellow Turban Bracer level 2 was the only level 2 piece of Yellow Turban gear that I didn't have. We should also consider using these to help us level up. How do we get up there? I guess from over here. Got a soldier over there. Can't climb up. There's a guy sitting in here. Zhao, stop making some... Wait, is Zhao fighting? Oh. What are we fighting? What are we fighting? He's fighting something. That's a dog. Where did it come from? Rank 6. Pretty high. This one's 8. Hello. Wait, Zhao doing something again. Oh, Great Club of Polaris. 1 star. I didn't know that can be dropped. Throwing knife. A new ranged weapon. We can also try that out, actually. We have slots for it. We can have up to 2 ranged weapons. Options pretty endless here. I mean, I don't really need the bonus. We can sneak up on these 2. I think we can. We should try it. Oh, there's a guy up here. Almost missed him. We saw him earlier. Better angle for the headshot. There we go. Troy, you know the generals who wear white? Oh, that's a trap. Try not to get blood on themselves, or you end up looking like you. That's a dead Yellow Turban. If I just hit them here, how can they retaliate? Oh, I can't aim down that much, unfortunately. What if we get an angle here? Yeah. Oh, almost. I don't know, actually. I don't know if that actually will hit. That will. Yeah, the other general doesn't even care. The boy's gonna try to run up. Can he jump up? Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Only to get shot and killed. So much fancy jump. Ooh, a tier 2 spear. That I do want. Still only one martial art, but we get more bonuses. I feel like we can just sneak up on him. We're not going to do enough damage to kill him outright, but it's going to make the fight easier. He seems like a mini boss of sorts. We took out his friend. We took out 2 of the archers stationed above him. Still very healthy. Ooh. Let me reduce damage. Not too hard. We got ourselves a staff. Okay, and we open this up. We haven't searched the houses approaching him. There we go. And, ooh, steel. That sounds like a material. And the archer that we killed up there, is there a way we can jump up? Because he dropped items. Zhao, you can give me a hand? I don't know if we can get that. The archer drop. I'm following the roofs until we find... Oh, maybe actually. If we can clear... Nope. Okay. I see hope. Inside buildings too. I'm gonna hop down in case there's... Yep. Something for us here. And then we can open these from the inside. Perfect. Oh, there's a chest. Almost missed that. White Horse Servant Cavalry. That is Gong Sun Zan's unit, the White Horse Cavalry. It's not, it's a light armor, which I guess makes sense for range cavalry. Can't really tell with our current... It's not very white. We're very buff. Back onto the roof. Loot awaits. Guardian's probably questioning us whether we want to save the Hun or not. Do we want to jump down? Can we get the loot first? Yes, let's do it. Followers can share their spirit, perform a fatal strike on one of them to reduce... Right, he's talking about followers of the general, which we did. We killed everyone near him first before we killed him. Ah, this is actually a staircase. We didn't even notice when we picked up that chest. Alright, so the corruption here left, and we can move forward. Just trying to clear the area before we go. We can actually level up too. Would we reset everything? We might reset stuff. Oh. You're hiding really well. That was quite the jump scare. A bronze spear. So, increase base damage. Let's do it. Sure, it's not 2 stars or anything like that, but... still, step up. They really like to hang dead bodies. It's a poor woman right there. This corruption makes me think of those demonic... What are they, fanatics? Yep. I was thinking they would show up sometime. Wait, inventory... No way. Wait, that's just because it's a pot, right? Yeah, because it's a pot. We have 3. If I drink one, can I pick this up? So you can pick up reusables on the pot. Okay. Nice to know. Anything we missed here? I don't think so. I think we got everything. Just 3 zombies. Yeah, after that jump scare, I am going to be careful. We have 10 arrow. Whoa, trap. Zombies using more tactic than yellow turbans. Oh, he's body blocking? I can't even hit him. He took the kill. Yeah, those spike rollers, pretty traditional Chinese. Basically how you would ambush from a hill. You throw those down first and then you charge behind them. Can we shoot the zombies first before we jump up? Are you kidding me? These zombies are like tactical geniuses. How many do they have? This is when you burn too much paper money and they can just spend it on item. Alright, I'm gonna come back to take him later. Does he have like a pile of them? No, he's just throwing them out of no idea where. Wait, we're right back behind the gate. Huh. But you can't jump up this way, but you can jump back that way. Interesting. Next level zombie tactics. Alright. I respect you. You guys are boss. Don't see anyone. He's looking for his scout. Oh, he's here. He didn't see me though. Oh no, he did. He just can't climb? No way. They can climb. I'll drink to you. Alright, there is a giant monster right there. Even Zhao Yun is saying we should reconsider 从长计议. Plan from the beginning. Think about the long term. That feels like what we did with the Changwei last time, right? They gave us an overpowered side boss pretty early on that we have the option of trying to kill and get rewarded, potentially to farm that. The game design is pretty consistent. Ah, this is the area that we came earlier and we couldn't traverse it because this wasn't kicked down yet. Now we can go down and back pretty easily. Okay, level design, pretty good. We're gonna go consider that thing. I think we have thought about it. I don't mind getting killed. Our fortitude right now is 8 and our current morale rank is 8. So we We'll not lose anything, actually. Oh, we can't go back up this way. We have to take that route that we were at. Yeah, so we're not going to lose anything if he kills us. Except for half of our T. Should we level up first, then? I guess we don't have access to a flag yet. Alright, so that thing is big. He has helpers. Oh, they throw fire bombs. Wait, I can just stand here and let Zhao Yun do this, can't I? I want to kill his helpers. Ooh, Zhao Yun, are you okay? Zhao Yun's getting chunked. He throws his hammer around quite a lot. What if we consider our throwing knives? Zhao Yun's down. Throwing my throwing knife. That's like 10 damage. Can he actually come over here? Oh my god, big guy's coming. He hops like a zombie. Two can play this game. His jump is really weird. I think we can take advantage of that. I can kite him with the jump. Where we jump away and then let him jump down, hit him when he's jumping, and then just hop back up and he can't hit us. He has to animate a little bit before he attacks once he completes a jump. Yeah, he can't do anything. We can kill him for sure. Oh. I jumped up to get hit. My bad. Jump. He's dead. We got Ji, or halberds here. Short dual Ji. This is a legit historical weapon. And this is 4 stars. Beckoning Pine, Sudden Tornado. The first kill drops the best, I think. If we repeatedly hunt him, it's not gonna be this good. Yeah, this is a very Chinese weapon. I don't think there's anything super similar in this time period around the world. Basically, it's a dagger axe is the best way. Or it's a spear-dagger combination. You have the spear in the front and sort of a dagger blade built on the side. It's to counter infantry and cavalry, right? The side dagger part is used to aim at the horse's hoofs, and the other part's used for the spear. And there's the short version, which we're using here, that's used against for infantry. Oh, so we have these bomb throwers that we can just kill here. You can't throw that far, but I have a bow. Did a headshot, but he's still dead. Alright, so we figured out another way to kill the sort of side boss for free, much like how we killed the Changwei last time. That ladder can be shot down, right? Feels like it. Feels like, how do we get up? I don't want to plant the flag just yet. No rush. Just in case this wastes resources, I'm going to see if I can pebble. I can't get that angle on the pebble. Fine, we'll raise it. With the big guy respawn right away? Is Zhao Yun gone? Do I have to... As long as the 8 gauge is not completely depleted, you will be able to revive them when their HP falls to 0. So Zhao Yun is available. Unparalleled Spear. His whole set of gear here. Spear gain from deflection. His stats are bad. He's only rank 5. Maybe they'll grow with us. We also have Cup of Cordiality, which can build friendship. He doesn't cost any Tiger Seal. I think we have him. We got those by... Did any enemy respawn here after resting? I'm a little worried. Oh, he's back. He's morale rank 11 just like us. How do I get this ladder down? Should we need this ladder to come down though? I don't know. I can use arrow. There's no highlights on that, I don't think. Nope, that didn't work. We're out of arrows as well, I think. I think we have to buy supplies. Yeah, so we had to buy arrows. Let's use our T. We got a little bit. Sneak. I don't think anything has to do with range attack. Oh, water virtue. This is perfect for us then. Still worry about weight. Still want to get some spells, but I think this is what we want. That ladder just looks like it can go up. I just don't know how we can get up there. Yeah, the zombies respawned. Oh, the rolling spikes. This guy's... Hold on. He hasn't seen us yet. We didn't buy arrows. Can I sneak up to him? He hasn't activated yet. Zhao Yun, don't be stupid. Oh my god, Zhao Yun can't help himself. Wait, I can't. He's frozen. That's a little weird, but sure. I don't have arrows. This is pain. Gotta buy some arrows. Wait, I think a zombie just followed us. Oh. Seems like I have some poison or some sort of stacking on this weapon as we hit with it. The big guy didn't respawn. At least I don't think so. There's loot up there. There's gotta be a way to take that ladder off. This thing feels closest to a platform here. Okay, we're gonna use this as a save point. I'm gonna buy some arrows. We can buy 200. Oh, that's how much we have total on us that we can afford. Give me 25. I think we can sell a lot of the tier 1 stuff, but we have money. It's not a big deal. Wait, did he respawn, the big guy? No, but the zombies up top did respawn? Maybe we can come back here later on in the stage. Maybe that's the design. I guess that's my guess. I want to kill this guy. Now, I'm wondering if, because we killed him, the other guy can't wake up? That's what it feels like. The other guy just bugs out once you killed the other scout. Huh. That's super curious, but they're gonna be throwing bombs at us. Ow. I can't get up there. Hold on. There's a loot. Zhao, you got it. That's why we have a buddy. Okay, I think we're supposed to go this way. And open this door, which we kind of stopped at last time.
看来只有我等独自应战了。眼前之敌并非等闲之辈，切不可大意。
Is this an ape? This is the boss. Oh, 朱元. Okay, it is ape. Reduce the upper limit of their spirit gauge. Hold on, we're trying to read. Let me heal. Wait, we can't even block that. We're getting crushed here. Outdoor potion. Hold on. Let's Can we block against this? Yeah, we can. Except for we used up our... There we go. Parry that. He's gonna kill us though. Zhao Yun's taking aggro. That's a different move. Shockwaves. Zhao Yun's gone. Nope. Tossing us aside. Alright. It's fine. First encounter. We have exactly the fortitude we need for this. So I think this is a good save point. We'll come back and pick it up from here. We'll beat that ape and move on. We're about halfway through the stage, so that's probably like a mini boss. And there'll be a... I'm guessing Zhao will be waiting for us, since we are still in the yellow turban phase of the game. So, until next time, bye!